Here's what 90% of men completely misunderstand about attraction. They think it's about what you do for someone, the flowers, the compliments, the grand gestures. But here's the reality that will change everything for you. A woman doesn't fall for your actions. She falls for how her nervous system responds when you're in the room. It's not conscious. It's not logical. It happens in the space between words, in the way you carry yourself, in the energy you bring to every interaction. Today, I'm going to show you the real psychology behind magnetic attraction, the kind that creates deep, lasting connection without manipulation or games. Most dating advice focuses on what to say or what to do. But attraction isn't a checklist. It's an emotional experience. When someone becomes genuinely drawn to you, it's because you've triggered something deeper than surface-level interest. I'm talking about emotional gravity, that invisible force that makes someone think about you when you're not around, that makes them feel different in your presence, that creates genuine attachment over time. This isn't about tricks or techniques. This is about understanding human psychology and becoming the kind of person who naturally creates these experiences for others. Let's break down exactly how this works. The first magnetic quality is emotional steadiness, especially during challenging moments. Here's what most people get wrong. When someone they care about becomes quiet, distant, or upset, they panic. They start over-talking, asking what's wrong, or trying to fix everything immediately. But here's what creates real attraction. Being the person who doesn't lose their center when emotions run high. When someone is having an off day and you remain calm and present, not trying to solve them, not taking it personally, just holding steady. You communicate something powerful. I'm not here to control your experience. I'm here to be a safe harbor. This creates psychological safety, which is the foundation of all deep connection. Your ability to stay grounded when they're not tells them that nothing they feel will scare you away. That's when trust begins to form at a subconscious level. Practice this. Next time someone close to you seems off, resist the urge to immediately ask what's wrong. Instead, simply be present. Let them know through your energy that you're there if they need you, but you're not anxious about their mood. The second principle is about boundaries, not walls, but healthy limits that protect your peace and well-being. People are magnetically drawn to those who value their own energy. When you don't feel compelled to respond to every message immediately, when you don't explain yourself just to avoid conflict, when you don't beg for anyone's time or attention, you demonstrate something rare: self-respect. This isn't about playing games or being cold. It's about understanding that your emotional energy is finite and precious. When you protect it, others sense that being in your inner circle is something special. Think about the people you most admire. They probably have this quality. They're generous with their time and energy, but they're also selective. They don't scatter themselves thin trying to please everyone. Here's how to apply this. Set gentle but firm boundaries around your time and energy. Don't feel guilty about saying no to things that drain you. Don't over-explain your decisions. Trust that the right people will respect your boundaries, and those who don't probably aren't meant to be close to you anyway. The third magnetic quality is creating space for others to be human, messy, imperfect, and real. Most people are walking around with masks, trying to be their best self all the time. But deep connection happens when someone feels safe enough to drop those masks around you. When someone is moody, uncertain, or not at their best, and you don't judge them for it, when you don't try to fix them or shame them back into being positive, you give them something incredibly rare: unconditional acceptance. This doesn't mean accepting poor treatment or having no standards. It means understanding that everyone has difficult moments, and your reaction to those moments determines whether someone feels safe being authentic with you. People don't fall for those who make them feel perfect. They fall for those who make them feel safe to be imperfect. Practice this. When someone shares something vulnerable with you, a fear, a mistake, a struggle, resist the urge to immediately offer advice or try to make them feel better. Sometimes just saying, "That sounds really difficult," or "I can understand why you'd feel that way," creates more connection than any solution ever could. The fourth principle is about quiet leadership, not domination, but natural guidance that comes from inner certainty. There's something magnetic about people who move through life with direction and purpose, not because they're controlling or demanding, but because they have a clear sense of where they're going. when you make decisions without second-guessing yourself constantly, when you can take initiative without being pushy, when you have opinions but hold them lightly, you create an energy that others want to be around. This kind of leadership makes others feel like they can relax and trust your judgment. It's not about always being in charge, but about being someone others can count on to stay steady when things get uncertain. Here's the key. This confidence comes from knowing yourself, your values, your boundaries, your goals. When you're clear on these things internally, you naturally move with more certainty externally. Start with small things. Choose restaurants without endless deliberation. Make plans with clear details. Have opinions about things that matter to you. Practice moving through your day with intention, rather than just reacting to whatever comes up. The fifth and perhaps most important principle: become someone worth being chosen by, rather than someone who's always doing the choosing. Here's the paradox of attraction. The less you need someone to complete you, the more they want to be part of your world. When your life has rhythm, purpose, and fulfillment independent of any relationship, you become magnetic. This isn't about playing hard to get or being unavailable. It's about being so engaged with your own growth, goals, and interests that you're naturally attractive to others who are also growing. People want to witness growth, not be someone's reason to start growing. They want to join an adventure that's already in motion, not be someone's entire adventure. This means investing in yourself, your skills, your health, your interests, your friendships. It means having goals that excite you and working toward them consistently. It means being the kind of person you'd want to be around. When you're building something meaningful, whether it's a career, a creative project, a fitness goal, or just becoming more emotionally mature, you naturally become more interesting and attractive to others. So here's your challenge. For the next week, focus less on what you can do to attract others and more on becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts the right people. Practice emotional steadiness when others are struggling. Protect your energy by setting kind but firm boundaries. Create space for the people in your life to be imperfect and human. Lead through calm confidence rather than force or manipulation. And most importantly, build a life that's so fulfilling that others want to be part of it. Remember, real attraction isn't about convincing someone to choose you. It's about becoming someone who's impossible to ignore. Not because you're demanding attention, but because the life you're living and the person you're becoming is genuinely magnetic. The people meant for you will be drawn to your authenticity, your growth, and your emotional maturity. Trust the process, focus on your own development, and watch how everything else falls into place naturally. Women typically fall in love through progressive emotional connection and intimacy building, where trust, vulnerability, and deep understanding develop gradually, often prioritizing emotional safety and compatibility over immediate physical attraction. Psychology today. The female brain releases oxytocin, bonding hormone, estrogen, and dopamine in response to meaningful interactions and shared experiences, creating a neurochemical foundation for attachment that strengthens through consistent emotional availability and genuine connection medium.